Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Ji ayanu, pakhair ragale, ni hao, chune shumme, washwale, ohio gozaimasu, guten morgen, hola, bonjour, privyet, kaifa hal, hale shoma chatore, ahlan wasalan, marhaba, buna, mucho, gracias, swabiab, and a very amazing good morning to everybody who's tuned into PTB World and are watching World this morning, alongside the one and only Shazad Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, today the type of show that I'm going to conduct, I think that it'll be very difficult for me to do it all by myself. So Shiza Hashmi, you've been missed, and yeah, it's all right since you've got an exam and you were busy. So yeah, your colleague can look after it. It's perfectly all right. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to rise and shine, wake and bake, and get up and be more focused about what you want to achieve in life. And the reason why I keep on saying that is every time that I do a show all by myself is that it does get a little difficult in life at times to focus on what you actually want, but then at the same time you really have to be aware of all those traps which are actually not letting you to be on the path of excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, today the type of guests we have over here in the studios, I think are going to set a path for all of those women who are out there, for all of those men who are out there as well, because they took an initiative which within 6 months is priceless now. And the brand name that they have made for themselves and for their own brand, I think this is something which needs to be shared with the rest of the world. And since we go out in 46 different countries, including Pakistan, I believe that these are the kind of talented people which really need to be on the show too as well. And as you all know that at PTB World, this is what we strive for. We really want to share the talented, amazing human beings we find over here in Pakistan who are actually doing a wonderful job and representing Pakistan on each and every front as well. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let me give it away. I don't know whether I'm the most suitable person to do a show on this topic or not, but eventually I think that I can probably do justice with it. It's because of the fact that alhamdulillah I'm brother to 5 sisters and I can pretty much tell you about women's fashion. But then at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, whenever we speak about women's fashion, it's one of those things which have recently picked up. For the last 5-6 years, we have seen that brands have grown enormously. The Pakistani brands have reached out to different parts of the world and people are just going crazy over clothes. Not just people, women. So every now and then when we see that there's a sale and it comes alongside a viral video which actually shows us the very cruel face of ladies not kind of having a resolve amongst each other because they kind of want to wear the same clothes, but they do not want to wear the same clothes on the same occasion. So there's a lot of hassle which goes into it, but then there's a lot of hard work which goes into it from the designer's aspect. Ladies and gentlemen, these designers day and night, they strive to give you what you would look good in. I think that this is something which they're really living for and making their name for themselves as well. And it's a booming industry. And I think everybody's got a share to book. So this is what we were talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And then towards the end, we're actually going to talk about a little about makeup. And the little I know, I think that I will be able to do justice with that too as well because I get my makeup done from the same human being who's actually going to be on the show as well in the later half. But ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, today we've actually been joined by 2 sisters. Their brand name goes with the name of Roma and Nana. So the brand name is Roma Nana. They design clothes and I think that towards the end of November, they're actually going to release their 3rd collection. They just started 6 months ago. 2 collections they released on Choti Eid and Bakri Eid as well. It was very well received by people. They were sold out and whatnot. So we thought that now is the time to actually have them on the show and be in conversation with these interesting and amazing fashion designers. Ladies and gentlemen, on my right hand side, I'm very glad that I've actually been joined by Manoha Arif, aka Nana. Hello Manoha, how are you?
Shazad, how are you?
Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you.
Thank you so much for calling me on the show.
Thank you very much. And alongside Nana and Manoha Arif, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually been joined by our elder sister. She speaks a little less, but it's perfectly all right. We're going to manage. I've actually told them that they should actually feel like that this place is a living room with a little bit of cameras in it and 3 television sets. So this is how my studio looks. And by the way, I think that this is a wonderful idea that we should actually give you guys a tour of the studio, only if my producer allows. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky to have been joined by Ms. Maham Kashif. Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm good. How are you?
Thank you very much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you. It's wonderful to have such great energy. They made sure that they're going to be here before time, so we kind of had a lot of conversation. We discussed a lot of points, and this is the problem with me. So whenever I discuss a lot of points with my guests, so what I do is that I forget to ask all of those questions on the show. So that's the time when my producer walked in and he said, hey Shahzad, don't stop asking questions so that you can ask questions on the show. So let me get started. Please let us know a little about your brand in the first place, and how did you formulate this brainchild of yours, and how is it going so far?
Well, me and my sister, well, I was a teacher when I always had a passion of starting, a clothing line. I always wanted to be a fashion designer. And then one fine day, me and my sister thought that, why not investing our savings into something fruitful? And then we came up with Romanena. And by far, it has been amazing.
Okay.
The response has been really, really nice. So yeah. It's been really good.
Well, that's great. And thank you very much for saying that, which is why I'm going to ask you this as well. So it was your idea to invest in a clothing brand?
Yes.
Okay. And then when she reached out to you, what was your first response to her? Whether we should do it or not? Oh, Nana, it's going to be so difficult. I don't know whether the family is going to allow or not. What was your first response when she reached out to you?
I was happy. Like, I was thinking same thing, that we should start this.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, she wanted to do it as well. Like,
Yeah.
Because I reached out to her and I was like, Roma, I'm thinking that we should do this because we have been doing this already. I usually for our family and friends. So I thought, why not taking it up as a career?
Yeah.
And when I gave her this idea, and she's like, why not? Why not taking it up as a career? And the first person to support us was our mother.
Yeah.
She's like,
what's her name?
Tabassum.
Madam Tabassum, if you're out there, your daughters are definitely doing a great job, and you've definitely given the support system which enables them to do this wonderful job. Please go ahead.
So my mother has been a backbone, especially taking care of her kids, since she's married. And it's really difficult, and her husband.
Yeah, no doubt. My husband.
Obviously, you're married to a guy,
husband.
that guy, as a husband is the guy you get when you get married. Yeah.
So if I think that if I could have done it alone, it wasn't possible without her, because she's really good at it. She's really good at designing, whereas I am on the marketing and on the financing end.
So you're on the marketing and finance heads as well, and what are you looking after?
The designing
Design.
side.
The designing side. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's great, ladies and gentlemen, that, the lady who actually got the idea to design clothes isn't actually on the design.
I do design as well.
Or you do design as well. So it's pretty much shared and cared kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, the most important aspect over here, and I want you to elaborate upon that, the way you want to do it. For how long were you a teacher?
For a year.
For a year.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is something which is very interesting. To my knowledge, I don't think the teachers earn this much that they can save approximately 2.5 million in a year, or probably they were saving all of their salary and eating at home. I think that's something which can be done. But in 1 year, whatever you saved, you thought of investing it into your brand. How, as a teacher, were you able to save such amount of money?
It's not just from teaching.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do have support, and it's not even 2.5 million.
Okay.
It's less than that.
Okay.
But I made double out of what I invested.
Wow.
Because the margins were high.
Yeah.
So I did made a lot out of it, and then we kept on recycling it. For at least me and my sister, we had this. We had set this agenda that we're not going to take dividends out of it.
Yeah.
So we kept on recycling it, and alhamdulillah, it's going well.
Yeah, well, that's great. And did you have to chip in as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you both chipped in the same amount.
Yeah.
Same.
And have you got a contract written as well? Because in near future, when you'll be like big names, you never know. People do part ways. We've seen a lot of music bands, a lot of designers parting ways as well. So do you have anything in written as well?
No.
That this is mine, this is yours?
No.
Nothing like that?
No.
Well, that's great. So we definitely hope and wish you best of luck as well.
Thank you.
But now let's talk about the brand. It's relatively new. It's just 6 months old. How is it going, and how well is it being perceived by people out there?
Well, initially, when we started the brand, we went for online selling and retailing. And initially, we did not get a really good response.
Okay.
And me and my sister got really shallowed. Why isn't it working? And then over the time, I realized when I got response from the customers online, over the time I realized that there needs to be a physical presence. We have to have a physical presence in order to sell the clothes, because you know, people need to try the clothes on and they need to see what they're actually buying, because there's a lot of mistrust online. If you order something online, you usually do not get what you actually ordered. It's
Exactly.
completely the opposite of it.
Yeah.
So I got a rack at a multi-brand store in
Yeah.
Islamabad, which is a very nice multi-brand store, and I set up an exhibition over there. So my first exhibition was it was really good.
Okay.
The turnout was really good. I wasn't expecting it, and me and my sister were like on that day we were like, yay, you know, itna acha response aa gaya, and you know we got a motivation.
Yeah.
Or so yeah, it was.
It was good.
It was really
It
good.
was
The
very
first
good.
exhibition was really
Right.
good.
And from that first exhibition till now, how do you think that your brand has progressed? Let me ask her. Go ahead, please. Yeah, go ahead. Anybody can speak. Yeah, it's all right. Take your time.
It has progressed. I mean,
we start getting
we got a
online
lot of
orders
customers.
now.
Yeah, we have online
People
orders.
have
We
trust on us and we
we have reached to the loyalty of the customers. We have
Okay.
loyal customers now.
Okay.
And I've got customers who would, you know, who would only get clothes from me. I would just send them a text, you know,
Yeah.
that we have an exhibition today, and they would just come and buy the clothes.
Wow.
You know, and they're like, I'll get ye kar dein. You know, we have loyal customers now.
Brands may be booking हमारी होगी.
Loyal
We
or
don't
greedy
see.
customers, you know, ye sab kar de. You know, this is
That's
something.
loyalty.
Yeah, that is loyalty, and it's good for brand. I
Yeah.
do not have anything against that, but this is something which I am not able to understand, because I've seen a lot of women fighting, you
It's
know,
not just women.
pulling,
It's
and
not just women. I've seen fathers coming.
Yeah.
I have this client who's a doctor.
Father-in-laws
Huh,
coming.
It's like
Father-in-laws.
husbands, and there's this
Imagine
husbands,
how
and
weird
yeah.
it is. A
Yeah.
father-in-law fighting for a joda for his bahu.
They're
Oh,
not
come on, hटो ये मैं अपनी बहू के लिए ले
नहीं,
आया.
नहीं, it's just fathers, and बड़े मजे की बात है. And he would come up and he's like,
Yeah.
कि, this is for my daughter, medium size है, large size है, इसको आप pack कर दें. And he would call me up, शायद वो जोड़ा hold पे रख दें आप, आपने देना नहीं किसी को.
Yeah.
So they would, you know, so it's just not women, it's men as well.
Yeah.
And they actually show, and it's actually really cute, you know.
No, but then at the same time, it's women, because of the fact that, you know, it's the women who are actually sending their men to go over there,
No,
because
he's
they cannot fight
no,
with
no.
other women. You know, so they're like, you go ahead and, you know, you do it, you sort it out for us, which is very good for brands. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that for a longer period of time over here in Pakistan, we had difficulty in creating such brands as well. And finally, that we are on this path, I think that it is actually going to add to the economy of the country as well. It is going to empower a lot of other people. These brands have given enormous amounts of jobs to other people out there as well. So I think that this is a good omen for Pakistan, that people are actually purchasing Pakistani brands, and we're supporting Pakistani brands as well. Because one way or the other, there's something which is very close to my heart, and I've seen it myself, that, you know, a friend of ours, for example, if he opens up a shop or a restaurant, you know, so we might go over there as Pakistanis, eat and not pay the bill, which is very, I think it's very ruthless of all of those friends who are out there. Even though if on the other hand we see, you know, Kim Kardashian West came out with Skims, man, everybody's buying it.
I
It's
still
sold
face
online.
This.
Yeah,
I still face this. आप concession दे दें, आप थोड़ा सा discount दे दें. Whereas my products, they're not expensive as compared to the other the products in the market
Yeah.
at the same quality. My prices are very low,
Yeah.
but still, I've seen people, they're like, 1,000 come kar dein, you know, thoda sa. It's like, they're already on sale, man.
Yeah.
Just buy them. They're nahi, thoda sa. And then, you know, but we do it.
Yeah.
We still
So
accommodate them.
you do give them concession.
Furthermore,
I mean, अब इन लोगों का बस चले तो अगर वो मेरा ख्याल है कि मुफ्त भी ले जाएंगे अपने. You know, people are literally, I've seen people begging for clothes. Oh, ये वाला article, you know, please can you manage? People are calling in Multan, you know, somewhere else where they think that these pieces might be available. You know, that's, the competition is very tough. But other than that, you know, speaking about your brand, we definitely want to share a few pieces, and we have some wonderful, amazing pictures of the pieces which these amazing ladies have created, ladies and gentlemen, over the period of 6 months. So we're going to share it with all of those people who are out there. We're going to share the pictures, and you can let us know about the dress itself. Okay, and I do not want to go to that level, but can we even ask about the prices as well, so that people get to know about the brand? So please, can we have the pictures from Roma and Nana? Let's do that.
This is what I was wearing right now.
You're still wearing this, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. So,
This one.
Yep.
Are we going to
This was
stop?
yeah, we're
More
just going
selling
through
dress.
pictures. You can let us know the kind of designs which are in now, you know, the colors people are more focusing on. Anything.
Okay,
Do you
so
guys make handbags as well?
No, don't.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
We
that's
are
good,
planning.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, we might, but let's just focus on clothes right now.
Yeah, let's focus.
Yeah. So when we came out with the first collection, it was the summer's collection. So
Yep.
we were focusing more on the subtle and light colors.
Light
Okay.
colors.
With time, we realized that people want something with dupattas and kurtas and
Yep.
everything, and
Yep.
so we had this dress. If you could show the picture again, the
butterfly one?
butterfly
Can we have the
one.
white picture back up again,
The
please?
Papillion dress. We got out of stock
Yeah.
on the first exhibition, and then we had to make it again.
Okay.
It was high on demand. It was really good. This
This
one,
one,
exactly.
yeah.
Papillion. It was, so people really prefer light colors in summers. They want subtle colors like in pastels, light pinks and blues and everything. And there's this another dress which is in pink, which is made out of pure organza. It is also in pink. So people usually in summers, they want to wear lighter colors.
Yeah.
Since the trend's going, we have longer shirts in fashion, and so that's what people prefer in summers.
Yeah.
Now that we're coming up with the winter collection, we have a different fabric. It's velvets, it's
Yeah.
Dark
it's
colors.
dark colors.
Gonna use dark colors. this
Yeah,
time.
and khadar and all that stuff. So we're using different fabric. But now, since there's this confusion now, there are long shirts and
Yeah,
short shirts
short
in
shirts,
fashion.
yeah.
So
So both of these shirts are in fashion?
both of these shirts.
Because
are in fashion
you know, if you go back if you go back in time, I think either it was long shirts or
either it was short shirts,
shirts.
exactly. But now short and long shirts, they're both in fashion.
So probably one side can be long and one side can be short too as well. You know,
Well,
have the
there's
taste of
front
both.
and back, which is short and longer. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's great. And you know, this is something which we even wanted to speak about as well. Winters is here. People are still figuring out what to wear, you know,
What to
because
wear.
it's not that cold, it's not that warm now, and people really need to solve these issues with
Like
themselves, you know.
it's summers and the winters.
Exactly.
In
And-
the morning
And it makes me ask you one more question. So, you know, recently, last night, in fact, I was out for a dholki and a mehndi, and I could see women wearing sleeveless. I don't have any issues with that. But as soon as they walked in, they were fine. As soon as they got out, oh, hame thand lag rahi hai, hame thand lag rahi hai. Why do we have to do that? I mean, why do women do that? It's a generic question from both of you.
I would not like to comment on that.
Reason being,
Well, I mean,
It's everybody's choice.
Yeah, it's everybody's choice.
yeah, फिर सर्दी तो नहीं ना लगनी चाहिए. अगर सर्दी लग रही है, you know.
Fashion किसको सर्दी लगती है?
Fashion
सर्दी नहीं
है
लगती।
ना,
Fashion
fashion.
में
What's
किसी
your
को
take
सर्दी
on
नहीं
this?
लगती।
Fashion है बस.
So it's fashion.
Yeah, it's just a fashion
So
item.
even if it's
everybody's
cold,
choice.
it's fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they can have a shawl over it. It's
Yeah.
their
So it's their choice.
Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, what kind of colors are we looking forward to, and what kind of collection are we looking forward to the
winter.
end of November from Roma and
We're working more on velvets. and
Yeah,
khaddars,
velvets, raw
and
silk.
nowadays mirror work is really
Mirror.
in.
Okay.
You know, so back then we used to think that mirror work is really outdated.
Yeah.
But now it's really in.
Okay.
So we're working on velvet and dabka. So dabka really stands out on velvet.
Yeah.
So the bottle greens and maroon and black.
Yep.
So more of that, and we have khadar,
Yeah.
and we have. I can see how confused you are when I'm taking the name.
Yeah. You know, I was about to mention this, that all of these organza and khadar and all of these sound to me like a doctor saying lymphosarcoma of the intestine. I have no understanding of both of these items. Whether lymphosarcoma or organza or khadar, I can understand that it's a different material, but yeah, that's how it is. And my producer is actually helping me in the ear, so please go ahead. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, so it's more of that fabric.
Yeah.
So we're working on the mirror work and on different cuts.
Yep.
We just don't want to go with the straight long shirts.
Yeah.
So we usually work with the cuts and the baggy style clothes. So we're working on all that.
It's
So we
winter, so we are planning to make more chadars
Yeah.
and
will-
shawls.
and
with
we're working on
shawls,
shawls.
raw
Like,
silk shawls.
People really buy
They
a lot
like
of
it.
shawls.
So velvet shawls. Is that what we're looking forward to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Raw
Yeah. It's
silk.
Raw silk,
Velvet.
raw
velvet,
silk,
yeah.
velvet, and what more?
I think that's two.
That's it?
No,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
the
So,
two
ladies and
fabrics
gentlemen,
we
these are
use
the
for
only
sure.
two fabrics which can protect you from the winter cold as well.
And you can wear sleeveless with it.
And you can wear a sleeveless with it. Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
can
your
wrap
choice.
the velvet shawl around.
Yeah.
That's great. And what
You're
kind of
good to go.
colors are we looking forward to in winters?
Darker colors.
Darker browns, blues, black,
Yeah.
maroon. Yeah.
Maroon. Yeah. So
Okay, so-
darker shades.
And have you tried to experiment with the wool fabric as well? Or you haven't?
Not yet.
Not
No?
It's our first winter collection. Let's
Yeah.
see.
So that's what I want to ask. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm having a difficult time over here getting the information out because it's a collection which is yet to be released. And I know that every designer has got their own reservations as well. But yeah, I'm still digging in, and it will take me a little longer. So I think the best idea would be to take a break over here. And when you guys will come back, we're actually going to ask them about more about what kind of clothes we really need to see, what kind of clothes fat people need to wear, what kind of clothes slim people need to wear. So we're just going to ask them. And are you guys working on designing clothes for gents as well?
Not yet.
Not yet?
But we'd love to. But right now we're focused on the.
Okay, so right now they're very focused, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in conversation with Roma and Anna over here on my show. Please don't go anywhere, because when you guys will come back, I'm actually going to ask them whether horizontal printed lines are good for fat people or not. Let's do that. Good morning.
They're not.
Passion for polo will be the highest on the world's highest polo ground. Chandur invites visitors to experience a traditional polo tournament between the teams of Chitral and Gilgit. The tournament is held on Chandur Pass, the highest polo ground in the world, at 3,700 meters above sea level. The first time a polo tournament took place on the Chandur Pass was in 1936. It is a place unique and exotic in itself, surrounded by some of the most spectacular mountain scenery in the world. The event marks the annual rivalry between the teams of Chitral and Gilgit. The polo tournament has some added attractions for the visitors: trout fishing at the nearby streams and lakes, and a festival of folk dances and music of northern Pakistan. The event in itself offers a fascinating insight into the lifestyle of the people of this region. Their culture and indigenous customs are a delight to behold for the visitors. Crystal clear lakes, snow-covered mountains, alpine flowers, and vast stretches of green grass are added attractions. Fairs and festivals of Pakistan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. For everybody who just got tuned into PTV while you watch your world this morning, ladies and gentlemen, today we're very lucky that we're actually in conversation with Roma and Nana, which happens to be a clothing brand and a good one. And they've actually kind of bagged quite a lot of reputation in less than 6 months. Their third collection is about to be released towards the end of this month. But before going towards the break, the only thing which I wanted to ask them is what's good for people who are thin and what's good for people who are thick? Is that the right term to use? Probably, yes, I think so. So yeah, whoever wants to give us advice, please go ahead.
I think there's nothing to do with thick and thin people. I think you should wear what you're actually comfortable in.
Okay.
And which you think suits you.
Yep.
But generally talking about what thick and thin people should wear, so there are a lot of different cuts that suit your body type. And then their colors as well.
Sorry.
Talking about prints, so if a person is a bit broader, they should wear something which is vertically printed.
Okay.
And so if a person, so it's the different body types, you know. If a person's broader from the lower half, they should not wear frocks. They should not wear something which has a lot of flare down there. So it depends on the different body types. There's nothing known as thick people or fat people. It's just the way how you carry yourself.
It's just people.
They're
Ladies
just
and
people.
gentlemen, so that was a diplomatic answer. I got it, but it's perfectly all right. And yeah, people who are actually fat from the lower end, they're not supposed to wear frocks because people will mock you for that frock. Don't do that. And then at the same time, I think that everybody who's out there, Manohar over here has said wonderfully that it's not about thick and thin. It's all about what you feel comfortable in and what you look good in. But then at the same time, I don't know why, but we have to speak about it. I've seen a lot of people with a lot of money. They'll go to all the branded stores, buy these amazing branded shirts and shoes and whatnot, but still end up not looking good. And I've heard their stories. They've been with me and they've told me that we do not even take our pictures because of the fact that we do not look good. So how do you think that your dresses, because ladies and gentlemen, Roma and Nana's unique selling point is the cuts, and I think that the cuts can actually do wonders in making people look thin or thick as well. So how do you think that all of these variations available with your brand can actually help people look good? Oh, that's a wonderful question though. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, again, I would say that you should just wear and what you're actually comfortable in.
Okay.
Cuts really do help.
Yeah.
But generally, we do come up with different cuts. Like, we have kaftans and we have peplums, which I'm pretty sure I cannot explain to you
Thank you
right
very
now.
much for saying it again. Yeah, kaftan. What was the next one?
Kaftan.
And what was the next one?
Peplum.
Peplum. Yeah. What is peplum? Come on. Yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah, there are different cuts, which actually suit according to different body types.
Yep.
So when the customer walks in, we guide them through. But then obviously they have a choice of their own.
Right.
We ask them what do they want. We do customize clothes as well.
Okay.
It's not just that we have the ready-to-wear clothes. I have various clients who would say, they would send me a picture, we want something like this.
Yep.
And you would say, okay. And then we would take their sizes and we would meet them, we would discuss them, and then we would, design the dress accordingly to their body type. So yes, it does incorporate a lot to their, to them looking good.
It's actually how you carry the dress.
I mean, we help them out. We help them out with what would look nice on them.
No, but do you at times tell them that that since your body type is different, so you might have a very different result? Because a lot of times I've seen people walking up to the designer and saying, hey, I want this dress, not realizing that this dress might not look good on them. So, and I think that it is a designer's job to convince the customer or the guy who's actually walked in that you shouldn't probably be looking for this kind of a dress, or this might suit you better. So how do you convince that?
We usually do it, and they actually do get convinced.
Yeah.
There's certain people who are not, and then we just can't force them.
Okay.
Because they have a choice of
So
their
then
own.
you just let them wear whatever they've ordered.
And we respect their decision.
Okay.
We tell them, we can
You're
do this.
brilliant with words, yeah. Go ahead.
We respect their decision. We like, we can. So we just respect their decision. They can wear whatever, but we do recommend them that this would look nice on you or that would look nice on you.
Yeah.
But then again, it's their decision at the end and what they want to wear. But usually they actually do get convinced, and because they know that they're the designer and they know better what's happening, so they do leave it on us.
All right.
So
That's
it's not
great. And
hard.
the rest, ladies and gentlemen, if you think that this is what will actually look good on you, and you've decided for yourself, the designer cannot help, and you cannot even blame the designer for whatever havoc you've created for yourself as well. But which is why, since we're talking about winters and dresses and whatnot, So my producer actually came up with this question, and he's got his own channel, Do It Yourself DIY, with the name of DIY on YouTube as well. Please do check it out. It's Vikas Bangash. But what he's asking for is that since it's winter, so people do take a lot of shawls and jackets and cardigans and whatnot. So is it the right time to put embellishments onto the trousers or shalwars or whatever?
That is a very good question.
Yeah, I know.
I face that as well, But since we're designing the semi-formals and the formal dresses, so when you actually go to a wedding, you do not wear a sweater or a jacket or anything when you're actually in a function.
Okay.
As you said before, that people wear sleeveless under jacket, they're wearing sleeveless, and when they come out, they're wrapping something over themselves.
Yeah.
So when you actually go to a function, you don't really care about cold or hot, whatever. So you just wear whatever you want to wear.
Yeah.
So again, we're dealing with the semi-formals and the formal dresses. So
Yeah.
we try, that's why we work on the shawls and everything.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
shawls are heavier than our clothes.
Yeah.
Usually, the shawls we're working on, they're really, really heavy, and the shirt and the trouser, they're completely plain.
Yep.
So then, they actually open the shawls up and they style themselves in a way that the shawl is very prominent and the shirt and the trouser is not.
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
Yeah.
So we work on the shawls more, the sweaters and the cardigan whatsoever, which has to be layered over.
Okay.
The warmer stuff which you're supposed to layer
Yeah.
over is heavier.
Okay. So are we even looking forward to double shirts?
No.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Are we? No,
No.
we're not. Okay, so yeah, because they're not looking forward to double shirts as well, which is why we have a couple of more questions. So recently, there's been a trend that I've seen. There's a certain way how we men wear shalwar. That the punches really need to be out there as well and whatnot. But recently, I've seen that women are actually wearing the shalwars the other way around. I don't know. They've got a cut. They've got a cut over here somewhere. I don't know what.
Tulip.
It's tulip. Okay, yeah.
shalwar, yeah.
So is it going to stay? Is it here to stay for longer, or do you think that people are over it now? Because I don't like it. I hate it. I don't know why. But
See, fashion starts from Karachi. It
Yeah.
comes to Lahore and then comes to Islamabad.
Yeah.
So I think in Karachi and Lahore, that fashion is long gone. It still is
going to be in Islamabad.
Yeah, and it's going to stay
It's
for a
very
little while till the
Islamabad
next thing comes up. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's great. So moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we've actually got something very interesting to ask these amazing ladies and designers over here in the studios, and we are straight going to dive into it as well. We've got a couple of riddles to ask, and we've got a couple of confessions to be made over here. You cannot cheat, and first things first, I'm saying it on television. We do not have a gift hamper. But you still have to participate.
I need a gift hamper.
And you still have to participate with your whole heart, okay? So
I'm sorry, I need a gift hamper.
okay, you'll get a gift hamper, but probably next year, okay? The next year is just around the corner. So who do you want me to ask the question from first?
You can ask the question, we can just answer
Okay,
it.
so you can
Whoever
try.
can,
Okay, so make sure that you make sense. Listen the question carefully. A lot of questions which
I'm just telling you, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to make sense.
No,
I'm
you
not
will,
really
you
good
will,
at
you
it.
will,
I'm not-
because the questions I'm going to ask are very easy. All you have to do is that when we were children and we used to go to school and it was our exam, our father used to tell us, "Beta, सवाल दो दफा पढ़ के फिर जवाब लिखना."
Do you know why he's asking me this? He's just asking me this because I already told him not to ask me riddles in the start.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. But ladies and gentlemen, Minoha's under the spot. But let's see whether she can answer these questions or not. So these questions are for both of you. So whoever answers first takes the point. Okay. So what has a head, a tail, is brown and has no legs? That's simple.
Have no legs.
Yeah. What has a head, a tail, is brown and has no legs?
Do we have time for this?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
counting?
5 seconds. 1, 2,
What's
3.
the-
No, it's
No,
not.
no, it's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, I actually gave them a riddle, prior to this show, and they're still thinking that I'm asking the same one. Imagine that they haven't heard the question. What has a head and a tail, is brown in color and no legs?
Oh yeah, it is coins.
Yeah, it's coins. Yeah, you got a point. Yeah, wonderful. Moving on. So, can you name 3 consecutive days? Can you name 3 consecutive days without using the words Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? Name 3 days, consecutive days, without using these words. Go ahead. It's very common. We use it every day.
I'm so not good with this.
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah,
So
why don't you answer this first?
What do we call the day which we have passed so far?
Yesterday,
Yeah.
today, and tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, see, that was so simple.
Good job. Give me a high five.
Good job so far. Moving on. Yeah. Okay. So David's father has 3 sons,
Okay.
namely Snap, Crackle, And the third one is?
Snap cracker.
Oh, come on, you're not even listening to the question. Go ahead.
We are Snap, Crackle, and David's what?
David's father has 3 sons. Snap, Crackle, and?
David's son.
David's son. David's father, David is the son, yes. That, so we actually going to give you another point as well. It was David, yeah. It was so simple, come on. Yeah. What room? Oh no, this
David,
one's not
yeah.
relative. What belongs to you, but other people use it more than you?
What belongs to you?
So this particular thing, it belongs to you, but other people use it more often than you.
It would be my clothes. She uses my clothes.
It's not clothes, it's your name.
belong
Yeah.
It's your name.
No, your name, everybody else uses it, you know.
My clothes belong to me, but she uses
But
them.
yeah, which actually makes me think that, you know, do you actually exchange clothes in
Oh,
between
yes.
each other as well?
Yeah.
We've been doing this since we were.
And then do you
Shoes,
have
clothes.
grievances that, oh, you know, Manohar, you've ruined my suit and I gave you.
No, you know what I get? What
She's
grievances-
got something to say. She's got something to say over here.
Most
Yeah.
of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
darling,
come on,
yes.
Manohar, how can you be so
Come on.
careless? You're not supposed to do that.
What grievance I have is this: she keeps on losing weight,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, "What? Really? You तुमने और fitted सिलवा लिया?" I'm like, "I have to lose weight now."
So she's actually getting rid of you getting clothes from her.
Yeah, and
you
then
know?
I go to gym and I start working hard. It's like, no, I'm gonna fit into your clothes.
That's great. I love the dedication. But very quickly, once again, you know, so these are four things which I'm going to ask you. You just have to be honest about it. If you have done it, you raise your hand. Okay? So never have I ever received a traffic violation ticket.
I have.
I
You have.
Yeah.
Raise your hand, please. Yeah. Both of them have. Even I have. Yeah. I still do not have my license because they took
Once.
it away.
I'm not
yeah.
gonna say it.
And never have I ever lied to get out of going to work. Come on, because you guys work together. You cannot lie at this point and you cannot even say the truth. Because either way, Manohar is going to ask you, you know, Baji, that day, you know,
That's
you
the
weren't there,
way-
did you lie? Or you're going to
lie
ask
to me?
Manohar.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
you
do?
have? What was the excuse you made? What was the excuse you made?
Kids.
Yeah.
And my son.
Kids. My
That's it?
son.
I know her
That's
excuses.
it. What about you?
No, I usually work. I'm really.
You usually work.
No,
Okay. So she's not giving it away. Okay. Did she actually miss out on work any day you remember that you were there and she didn't come?
No.
No.
Once we had an exhibition in Label. Then you left for, I guess, Malaysia.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse.
That
That's
was
something very
excuse.
valid.
You should, I guess, by the time you should be there.
Yeah, I think I'm getting successful over here, ladies and gentlemen. The argument is building up. I don't know. We're not left with much time. But moving on. Never have I ever tried cutting my own hair. You must have.
No, I didn't.
No. What
Yes,
about you?
you did once when you were
Yeah,
in
she
your
did,
sleeping.
yeah,
You
she-
cut your pinches yourself.
Did I? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. Penalty.
I don't remember. I mean, I
Okay, now you're supposed to pay us 1,000 rupees, okay? You know, because
If
you
only
lied.
if you give me a gift hamper.
Yeah, we will give you from that 1,000 rupee which you're going to give it to
Just
us.
so.
Yeah, okay, but one last. Never have I ever seen or felt a ghost. It's a
have.
creepy
I
one.
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
I have.
Really?
I
My
think I
house,
have.
yes.
Felt a ghost?
Not felt a ghost, but maybe, you know, I don't know. It's just maybe something at the back
How
of your
was
head.
it? How was it? What happened?
It was scary though. I mean, you know.
There's somebody standing at the back while
I mean,
was
I guess
cooking.
it's just something in your subconscious. Maybe you've watched a scary movie or something, and the next
Yeah.
you're like, oh, there's something in the room.
All right.
Something like that, but not exactly like a
I've
physical
never
presence
seen
or
it.
something. Yeah.
No, I never seen
Did
it.
you guys scream or something of that sort?
No,
Ah,
no,
what's
no,
happening? No? What, you cool with them?
I know, but I guess just something. It's not something in reality. It's
Yeah, we have not
just
seen it.
something. Feel something like that.
Okay, well, that's good. So very quickly before we wrap up, you know, I want you to go ahead and talk to all of your happy customers out there. Let them know where to find your pieces and how to reach you online.
We are currently dealing online. We have a page on Instagram, roma.nena, so do go follow that page. We are coming up with the new designs and new cuts, and they're very, very, you know, cost or effective, and they're very
Classy.
Classic.
very classy. So please go follow Roma Nena on Instagram and on Facebook. We are coming up with our website, so you'll be able to follow and purchase online as well very easily. So go give it a look.
That's great. Thank you very much, ladies, for taking our time. It was wonderful to have you over
Thank
here
you
on
so
the
much
show
for
too
having
as well.
us.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we said, and as we keep on saying as well, that it is our responsibility to promote Pakistani brands. This is our initiative. We're doing it. We'll keep on doing it because I believe that it is really imperative for all of those youngsters, all of those people who are taking these initiatives, and they need to be shown on a platform where the world can see them. And for everybody who's out there, the only pledge I'm going to make today is please make sure that you support local brands, because a lot of hard work goes into it. When we can actually buy Kim Kardashian's West new Skims, whatever, or Kanye West headphones, whatever, they're sold out. I think that we should really invest in our own people as well, and it's going to actually help Pakistan be a better place as well. So for everybody who's out there, whether you want to do fashion or not, we must admit that fashion is a part of life now, and very important one, and everybody wants to look good. And once you do look good, you feel great about yourself, and everything you do will eventually be good as well. Please make sure you write to us on our Facebook page. It's with the name of World This Morning. On Twitter, it's World This Morning without a G. On Dailymotion and YouTube, it's World This Morning. The fabulous repeat is going to be at 5 past 11 p.m. tonight. Till the next time, 1, 2, 3. Good morning. Thank you very much.